Hey everybody, Jeff Zahler, Zahler Properties, ZPLive, episode 27, I believe. So hope all is well. We're trying to do that live from all three devices today. So the Zahler Properties Facebook page, my personal, and our Instagram feed. So if you have any questions on any of the platforms, go ahead and shoot them out. And if it's on my personal feed, Daphne will just interrupt me. If it's on this one, I should be able to see it. So would love to know if you're watching. Give us a thumbs up or a smiley face, or hey, it's Valentine's Day, so would love a heart if you've got one. So did I just do that heart thing? My Justin Bieber. Anyway, let's talk new construction today. So especially here in the Valley, you know, we kind of talk about stuff from a nationwide standpoint, but we do focus our attention here in the Las Vegas area. The market, as you've heard us talk about, is extremely hot still. Almost every article or list you see, Las Vegas is the #1 market to watch for 2018, and we're definitely seeing that. Our buyers are dealing with multiple offers on every house. There was a single-story Summerlin property that I showed yesterday to 2 clients, and wrote 2 different offers on the same house. So it's that type, and we live in an area of 2.5 million people. It's that type of market right now. So what we're seeing, both Misty and I, are a lot of our clients are actually leaning towards new construction again. So we're probably on pace as of right now to do between 15 and 20 new construction deals just this year. And I usually do about 5 to 7 a year, and that's kind of a high number. So people are not finding what they want on the resale market, and so where they turning? They're turning to the builders, which is not a bad idea. Dad, if you're watching, you know, builders are great. New construction is great. I've got to talk about new construction. Obviously, in my house, that's where the livelihood was when I was growing up. But want to spend a little bit of time, again, like I said, talking about new construction today. So pulled some information, and this is really more for you as a consumer. If you're thinking about new construction, there's some things to think about. Obviously, everybody loves new, right? We love new. You can design it. Not really design, but you can finish the house yourself. Nobody's lived in it. It's got that great feel and everything. But there are some things to think about, and usually a lot of it has to do with cost. So with that being said, our median house price for single-family residents in Las Vegas for a resale is about $263,000 right now. We all know that at that $263,000 price point, what you're finding is multiple offers really quickly, and maybe not what you really wanted, but it's there, and you're getting a lot of offers. The median price for a new home is $370,000. So you're looking at about a $107,000 gap between what the median price of a resale and the median price of a new construction is. That doesn't mean there's not new home products out there that are a little bit less expensive. Misty and I were actually discussing this morning. There's some products out near Nellis that it's a townhome product, but those are going for under $200,000, between $150,000 and $170,000 for brand new. I think it was a Beazer construction, Beazer built home, townhome, but under $200,000 for a brand new property. So that's pretty good. But realistically, these builders are building homes at a higher price point than what you're seeing for a resale. Now, when they're building new, land costs a little bit more money. You know, the cost of the finishes are a little bit more expensive. And again, you're getting a brand new home, not something that's 30, 40, 50 years old, or 20 years old that already needs a lot of work. So, do definitely keep that in mind. We love, like I said, I love new builds. I love walking through models. They're a lot of fun. As a son of a builder, there's nothing more fun than walking through a new home build and probably knowing more about that build than the new home sales rep that's in there. I try to keep my mouth shut as much as I can, but for those of you who know me, know sometimes that's a little bit hard. But so I've got nothing negative to say about it at all, right? So I do want to talk about some things that as you are going through the process, whether you're thinking, hey, I'd like a new home or a resale, some things to keep in mind as we put a plan together for you, because this may dictate whether you focus on new or focus on a resale. First is the lead time. If you're going to look for a home that's not already built, not a standing inventory is the word that they like to use, or the other word they like to use is quick move-in. You're looking at a 3 to 6 month lead time, right? Some builders are delivering in about 100 days. Some are inching it up towards about a 6 month time. So if you think about it, to build an entire house from ground up, 3 months doesn't seem like that long. But custom homes can take a year or longer. You're not going to be able to move in that home right away, right? So if you love new construction but you want to design it yourself essentially from the ground up, and you want to pick your lot and all that fun stuff, you're not moving into it in 30 days. You're not. It's going to be a 90 to 180 kind of day time frame. So definitely keep that in mind. What does that mean for you? Well, if you're in a month-to-month lease, or you're relocating here and you can be flexible on your time, that's great, right? So buy it, pick the lot out, and just kind of wait. But oftentimes you either are in a lease that has a termination date, or you own your home now and you want to sell your house and then buy another house. If you're in that situation and you do need to sell, just be prepared. You may need to sell. The buyer may actually need, the builder may need to see that your home is sold in order to complete the sale. So you may have a gap of 2-3 months or so where you've sold your home, but your home that you're buying is not built yet. So if that's the case, we may need to talk about a seller leaseback on the home you sell. Or unfortunately, you may have to think about moving twice, maybe into a temporary housing situation or a month-to-month type of lease. So do keep that in mind. We try to time it perfectly, but sometimes it's impossible, right? So if you love that house and they're going to tell you it's 6 months, but you need to sell your house quickly, in this market, your house may be sold in 30 days. We've got some clients right now that are selling their house in the Southwest. Beautiful home. We're getting them a great price for the sale, but their new home's not going to be ready till probably May or June, and we're going to be closing at the end of this month. So they understand that they're going to have to enter into a kind of a temporary apartment site type situation with the family for a few months, but it was okay for them, right? They analyzed that and they put it into the cost of what they were doing. So keep that in mind. The other thing is the sticker price, right? Just like car shopping, and you've heard me compare new homes to new cars all the time, the price you see is not going to be the price you're paying. So all the signs, all the sign flippers, everything you see on new construction is talking about base price, okay? Base price. They're not talking about what the house is going to really cost you. So every builder is different here. I'm not going to name names, but there are some builders that basically the price you see is close to the price that you're going to pay, and then there are other builders that give you a arbitrarily low base price, but literally every single thing is an upgrade. So some of the upgrade features that you do see here in the Las Vegas area to consider is you're going to have the base price, and then you're going to have a lot premium. That's a term I hate because a lot of times every single lot in the community has a lot premium. In my mind, premium means something that's better than others. So how can every house in a community have a premium? I don't know, but it's a term they use. You can see lot premiums for $5,000. You can see strip views. There's a couple of communities in Las Vegas that have some, in the Paseos, that have some strip views. Those lot premiums are going to be $60,000 for the property. That's not part of the base price. So you take your base price and then you have your lot premium. Are you done? Nope, you're not done. Then what you're going to do is you're going to be sitting down with a new home rep that works for the builder. Remember, they work for the builder. That's going to talk to you about all the structural upgrades that the builder can do for you. That's stuff that needs to be put into the blueprints of the home. Do you want the really cool accordion doors, or do you want just the sliding doors? Do you want the gourmet kitchen? Do you want the regular kitchen? Do you want the house pre-wired for surround sound? Do you want it pre-wired for drop-down pendant lights? Do you want it pre-wired for ceiling fans? Depending on the builder, every single one of those things I mentioned could actually be an upgrade. So you get through that, you make your list of what you want, you take a look at the price, you say, okay, we don't need this, we don't need this, we don't need that. Great, we're good. That's the price of the house, right? not so fast. That's basically going to be the price of the house, the lot premium, the builder stuff, but you still haven't picked your flooring. You still haven't picked your design center stuff. Almost every builder here in the Valley has a design center they send you to. So you get to go meet with a consultant. They can talk to you. They're usually interior designers, or they pretend to be. Talk to you about your color schemes, talk to you about your cabinet type. And then the big one is your flooring, right? Most of the builders, the base level flooring is going to be tile in your entryways and tile in like the wet areas, kitchen and bathrooms, and then wall-to-wall carpet. It's 2018. None of us love wall-to-wall carpet, so expect to spend some money on that flooring. Jason, who's in our office, who used to work for a new builder, I asked him what he told clients to anticipate, and he basically said when he was working for his builder, he would tell his buyers that they, between the structural upgrades and the design center type of upgrades, to expect an extra 8 to 12% on top of the base price for upgrades. And that also does not include your lot premium. So if you're buying a $300,000 house, expect probably an extra $25,000 to $35,000 just for upgrades on the house. So there you go. Your $300,000 base price house really is going to probably be closer to $335,000, and depending on the lot premium, could be $340,000, $345,000 or so. So that's where I always say the sticker shock, right? People, if you see $300,000, it's unless you're okay with the base level of the home, that's not what you're going to get. So in your mind, 10% is an easy number to kind of use. So in your mind, think about 10%. If I'm buying a $500,000 house, it's probably going to be, pardon me, it's probably going to be $550,000 or so before it's all said and done, and that's without any kind of big lot premium. Another thing to talk about, and I know this is a little bit longer of one, but we're doing a lot of new construction these days, is loan consideration. So a lot of these builders have in-house financing, or they have their preferred lender. They really are going to try to get you to use that lender. Now, they can't make you, but what they can do is entice you to use their lender in terms of credits to you, or helping with closing costs, or maybe they'll give you an extra X dollars for your upgrades. We've got some great lending partners that are out there that work with us on resales as well as new constructions, and some of them have been really great in saying, Jeff, look, when it comes to the new builders, we can maybe match some of their products sometimes, but honestly, sometimes the incentives they give are just too good to match. So having people that we trust that will tell us that, I love. So just keep in mind, right? If you're attached to the lender that you have, and it's maybe somebody we've connected you with, that's great. Just know it's always good to talk to the builder and see what kind of incentives they have if you do use their lender. 2-3% sometimes it can be a lot, right? That can cover your closing costs. So it's not anything to really sneeze about. And realistically, at the end of the day, what we care about is you guys getting the house you want for the price you get, with not paying exorbitant fees or anything like that. So just remember, when it comes to financing, you are going to hear a lot of builders say, hey, if you use our financing team, blah, blah, blah. There's a couple large builders out there here that do not do that, kind of purposely. So, there's a couple builders out there that say, go get your loan wherever you want. And then one of the last things I want to bring up before we call this one a day is representation. Just remember, as you're going through these communities, again, I do it. Sydney and I go through these communities a lot. I know Daphne walks through them for fun. All these communities, when you walk in and you see somebody that's sitting there, that is an employee of the builder, right? However they word it or not, they work for the builder. Their job is to help sell you a home for the builder. They'll even have you, if you proceed, they'll even have you sign a document that states, yes, hi, I'm the new home rep, but I only work for the builder. You are not being represented by us. I work for the builder. That's a really important thing to keep in mind, because regardless of whether it's a new build or not, you're being represented in the biggest purchase you've ever made, or one of the biggest purchases you've ever made. Having a professional help you you need somebody in your corner. You need somebody who understands new construction and understands what upgrades are probably good to have, and what upgrades, for an extra $10 at Home Depot, you could probably do this stuff yourself, and they're charging $1,000, right? Every single builder in the Valley will cooperate with a broker like myself. Again, our fees do not cost you anything. They will not give you extra incentives if you're not working with an agent. They have that built into their marketing where they will actually take care of us. You don't have to pay us. Our payment is made from the builder for helping you out. So I always say representation, they make it really easy to not worry about it. But again, this is the biggest commitment most of you are ever going to make. You should definitely think about having somebody on your side, looking out for you, especially somebody with new home construction experience. Like I said, Dad, it's in our blood, right? So again, all builders will cooperate. You'll see a sign that says, your agent must be with you on the first go around, or it must register you. If you are looking at new construction out there, let's talk, right? There's ways for us to make sure that we can help you at any community without having to make sure that we're there every single time. We love going through them. I love going to do new builds. So let's meet at a new construction community. But if I can't be there or Jason can't be there and you're running around, there's ways for us to make sure that we're taking care of you the right way. So and like I said, Misty's out there a couple times a week just looking at new construction communities for our clients. So we really try to get a grasp on what's going on. So that was the last thing I wanted to talk about today. Again, this was a little bit of a longer one. So thanks for watching. If you actually tuned in at all, if you didn't, pretend you did. But look, new homes are not going anywhere. We're going to see about 10,000 new homes built this year in the Las Vegas Valley, which it seems like there's a lot more, but that's about it. In 2005, there was 40,000. So to give you an idea of where we are versus where we were, the builders are building a little bit more in control and not going as crazy. And with the shortage of resale inventory we have out there, they are a good option. Just remember to keep these considerations. If you need something in 30 days, it's probably not a new build. If you don't want to move twice, it may not be a new build. We can kind of tweak that stuff. But just keep that in mind. If you have any questions for us, love to answer them. 702-758-4699 is the office. You can also reach us at info@zahlerproperties.com. And until next week, last thing, want to wish everybody out there a happy Valentine's Day. I know Sid and I will probably be celebrating by hopefully going to bed around 7 o'clock with the kids going to bed and not crying. That's not going to happen. But thanks a lot. We'll talk to you guys next week. Take care.